No intros. We don't got time for no intros, okay? All right. We just gonna go straight into it. I just gotta tell y'all guys, I played a few games over at fucking Evo because this year I went. You can go check out my video as I recap my time over at Evo. But I gotta talk about the one game that had me spooked. No, it wasn't. It wasn't fucking 2XKO. Although that game was looking pretty good. No, it wasn't Invisible Versus. Although that game is definitely fucking fun. That game is definitely fun. The one game that had me sweating bullets, had me running across fucking the Evo uh, stadium, had me like, yo, I need to play this shit again and again and again and again. Had me going online, chatting with my friends, and be like, yo, this shit is like the greatest shit since sliced bread. Had me singing its praises was that Marvel Tokon. Marvel Tokons. We need to talk about it. We got to talk about it. I got a really hot take that's gonna piss off probably the FGC people, and it's fine. I'm ready to take that heat. You know, I'm ready to take that heat, but I gotta say it. I think this game is going to be the most divisive fucking Marvel game ever made. All right, this is gonna be a very divisive game because I'm gonna need you to do a favor for me, my degenerates. I need you all to take this pill I got in my fucking head. All right, it's gonna be the fucking red pill. All right, and it's gonna cleanse your fucking body. All right, of all the Marvel knowledge you have. Take this red pill, and you're gonna fucking dissolve it into your fucking system, and it's gonna burn your fucking throat. It's gonna burn your fucking body. Your stomach is gonna be hurting you. You're gonna be laid out on the fucking floor, fucking just shitting out all the Marvel fucking feces you know, all the Marvel head shit that you know for years, for 20 plus years. Take that shit and you're just gonna shit it out because this fucking game is not Marvel versus Capcom. 1, 2, 3 is not a Marvel versus Capcom. And once you learn to accept that, you're gonna fucking love this game. Okay? I had to take the red pill. I had to take the red pill, my G's. Once I took that red pill and it was like, oh man, I don't know, but it just cleansed my fucking body. I was like, this is the fucking like peakest fucking game, bro. This game is fucking doing some shit that is kind of cool and kind of unique for a versus game, and I fucking love it. But it will generally piss off people because it's not a Marvel game. And why do I say that? And I say this as someone who's been playing the Marvel vs. Capcom games since I was a kid. So I've been with the series for a long time. And so going into Tokon and watching the trailers and everything, I'm here thinking, holy shit, this is just Marvel versus Capcom without the Capcom characters. And I was totally mistaken. A lot of people are saying this game is like a 1v1 fucking fighting game with assists, and I would completely kind of disagree with that. But I used to say that too. That was how I first initially talked to people about it. But how I would describe this game is literally a hyper version of Guilty Gear Strive, but with BB tag mechanics. That's how I would describe this game. And I could see why people saying this is like a 1v1 fighting game. Because the game, and this is to me what makes this game so incredible. This game does not force you ever to fucking like make you use your tag team. Of course, on a high level, and this is why I said this is a straight up a tag game. On a high level, you're gonna see people do incredible, crazy high tech shit and using their team like in very great situations and for unique setups and whatnot. But when you play this game on your first time, you just get the freedom to not do that at all. You don't have to. On a casual level, if you just want to stick and play with Iron Man, you fucking can. If you want to stay and play with Kamala Khan throughout the whole round, you can't. There's no need to switch things up. And that to me was bonkers. But this is where, to me, what the beautifulness of this fucking game comes from. This is where I'm making up fucking words. I'm calling said the beautifulness. This is to me where this game shined, and I was able to confirm this once I watched the panel. Is that the game doesn't force you to use your tag mechanics or whatever. But when you're in the fucking final stretches of the game, so let's just say you're on the 4th, your 5th round, your final rounds, and you're losing bad. But then when you get all your fucking team members together, oh my goodness, this game becomes an unga bunga tag team fighting game I've never seen before. Bro, this game becomes fucking wild, alright? It starts off, it's like the escalation of the mechanics is so fucking well done and well crafted. I was like, this is what makes this game stand out. It's the escalation of the battle. It's like you start off with your 1v1, but as you get more people onto your team through crashing them into a soft wall that sends them flying, almost like Guilty Gear, or you get defeated, the escalation of the battle increases. And when you get all your team together, yo, it is the most sickest shit ever. I was like, yo, this game is fucking wild. Alright, this game becomes an unga bunga game. But the fur, let's bring it back down because I'm fucking hyped. I know people's like, yo, calm down, Mr. Degenerate. You going crazy, bro. What are you saying? Relax. Let's break it down, all right? Let's break it down. Let me first start off by talking about, for me, what makes this game kind of cool as well is the presentation. The presentation of this game is so fucking awesome. We already seen like the character models and whatnot and how the character models are. All the character designs look fucking awesome and rad. But I want to talk about the fucking like UI and how they done this shit, because this shit is fucking cool. So the idea, and when you first boot up the game and you press start, you get your characters on the screen that you want. And then the game UI is almost like an unfinished comic book panel. And so when you select the character, they like pop in and they only have their outlines. But then when you select them, they come in as like the full characters with the shading and the light and the colors and everything. I was like, what the fuck? It's like an unfinished comic book. And then I think for player 1, it's called the Tokon Fighters. And then on player 2, it's called Tokon Warriors. When you get all your team members, and then when you assemble all your team members together, it becomes a full-on comic book. And again, it has the names Tokon Warriors, Tokon Fighters. And then, again, presentation, they come out and it'd be like on the orange side. It has team leader, fucking, perfect example, Captain America on team yellow. On team blue, it is Team Iron Man. And they have the names of the characters and like the special names, like for Iron Man is the Invincible Iron Man, for I think Star-Lord is the Legendary Outlaw, all that shit. And then you go into the game, and as you're going into the game and it loads in the character screens and all that shit, the game is the background of the screen is shading in the fucking the world almost like a comic, like someone's quickly writing the comic book. And I was like, bro, this shit, the presentation of this game is incredible. Again, I cannot stress about the fucking character designs. Everyone looks so fucking awesome and whatnot. And you know, I cannot praise the character designs, and we're going to get more into it as we go further along. But of course, that's not what you want to hear. You want to hear me talk about the gameplay. This is Degenerate. What did you mean when you said that this game feels like a wacky version or a hyper fighter version of fucking Guilty Gear Strive? And what I mean is that when you first start off, you have only your main character and your assists. And when you start off with that, the game is like hyper focused, like 1v1 fight. and that's where a lot of people is saying where this game is really at, like a 1v1 fighting game. But in reality, you can switch anytime into that secondary character. Where the game gets fucking Uncle Bunkers is that you have multiple ways to get your character, or at least from what I've seen or what I played, 2 ways to get your other assist characters. Is when you have what is called a soft wall, which is like when you crash and you go into another area, almost like Guilty Gear Strive. When that happens, you can either and by activating that, you can get it by either grabbing an opponent that's near a wall and they'll crash in, doing a super or doing a heavy move that crashes them into another area, and you will get your other assist character. And the other way you get your other assist character is by dying. If you lose, then your other partner will come in and be like, okay, I'll back you up. That's how you get your team. After a while, I did notice when you get better at the game and you know how to like break the walls easily, you can actually get your team very fast. And this to me is when the fucking game is like, bro, this game is fucking amazing. Because let's just say you're probably like me, who was playing the game and didn't know what the fuck you were doing. And you're like losing and you're losing, and you get to the final round and you're like, fuck, how the fuck are we gonna beat this guy? And then you get to you get the whole team, your whole posse pulled up on the motherfucker, where you get the whole posse, bro. So this is when this game becomes a fucking Unga Bunga game. Because now all of you have your own posses, your combo extension, and you have more options and more resources to do more crazy and insane combos. You could go online, you could see all the cool, crazy combos that Maximilian, Justin Wong, and everybody was doing. You could go see those shits. But as the matches get further, you unlock those abilities. So in reality, to me, this game has almost like a comeback feature. And your comeback feature is your assist team. Because in your assist slots, depending on where you put your assists, some characters have, when you put them on the left, I believe on the left side of your assist button, the right side of your assist button, they'll do a blast type of move or a rushing in attack type of move. Then when you do like the bottom assist, your bottom assist or your down assist, those guys would do like a anti-air type of assist. And then for your left side, those motherfuckers, they will do an assist that's unique or special. And when you have those guys coming out, all of them have unique moves that you could combo after them and do unique, cool stuff. And that to me just opens up a possibility. And that's what I love about it, is that the game starts off soft and kind of like grounded and kind of like neutral, or in a way. It starts off kind of basic. But then as you keep going into the rounds and more rounds, the shit just gets more and more and more intense. It gets really crazy, and then your options open up even immensely more. That to me is the most highlight stuff of the game. In terms of the controls, there's a light, medium, heavy attack, and then you also have your assist button. But there's also your quick button. I think your quick skills button, which is kind of like easy mode. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I could definitely see people using the quick, switching in between the quick and the normal motions controls to do motions move, because the game goes so fast. It isn't like Guilty Gear Strive, where Guilty Gear Strive is more methodic and kind of slow pace a little bit. And it's really just big wind up moves. That's like the big factor of a Guilty Gear Strive. In this game, in Tokon, characters, again, the matches start off kind of simple, but then as more characters get introduced and more of your assist comes in, the game gets unga bunga. So I just feel like sometimes doing motions would not be as fast or as quick as doing like your regular like easy input command. I didn't really see a negative of using the easy input, so I guess that's a positive. But I'm assuming you would gain more meter if you use the regular motion control. And to me, that's fine. Again, I don't really have a problem with easy inputs, hard inputs. I'm not one of those, or like modern controls. I don't have a problem with that. Just give people options. I think that's always the best way to go, is giving people options. But for this game, you could use either or. It doesn't matter. And the game is going at a fast pace once you unlock more characters. And I really feel like that easy input is going to help out in a lot of situations. Again, some characters are just unga bunga crazy. I'm not even going to get into characters yet, but I really, really thought the control schemes were fine. And again, you don't have to use the easy inputs. The game does not punish you for using the easy input, and it does not like really reward you for using the hard input either. There's also, in terms of like getting characters off of you, there isn't necessarily a push block, because the game isn't really that crazy of moves like constantly hitting you. But you will be pinned down, as I would like to say, you will be pinned down. And when you are pinned down, there is this move that's kind of like a V shift kind of move from like Street Fighter fucking 5, where your character will backdash and then do counter, or like a reverse or counter. But then there's also like the cross counter, where your assist will come in if you sacrifice like your assist bar, because there is like a little assist bar on the top of your health bar. You can use that and push a person back off of you. But then your opponent can counter that shit, can counter your counter. And the cool part is if you counter, if either one counters and somebody gets hit, you're locked out of your assist. So it's called disassembled, which I love. But you're locked out of your assist, so you kind of have to scrap it all on your own while a bunch of other people's while the other opponent has their assist, which I think is really fucking cool. I think that's a really cool mechanic. You can use supers with also easy inputs, but funny enough, on my final day, I actually found it to be more of a easy to just do the input to do the super inputs. There is 3 supers for every character. So you got your level 1 super, your level 2, and then your level 3 super. That's like unga bunga crazy, super chaotic. And a lot of the supers will, if you get hit on a soft wall that that sends you flying into another arena, you do get, what I noticed, your just like Guilty Gear Strive, your health, your regen of your super goes back faster. So again, you want to be popping those supers to like push your opponent into another area of the screen. But there also is a hard wall, so you can't just keep throwing them into a wall. There actually is a hard wall where you can start fucking doing your setups and locking a person down with setups and whatnot and trapping them by the wall. Really cool. But again, like I said, you have your kind of like your crossover reversal that can get you out of a pinch. It's really cool. A lot of this game I felt like was well designed, and the thing again that really solidified me and why I love this game so much is when the developers were talking in the interviews, in the panel that they had for this game. The panel really reconfirmed that situation that I was feeling, which was like, we wanted you to feel like in the final round, that desperate struggle, and then you guys pull out that victory by just using everything you got and working together. That's how it feels when you're in the match, is that you really are at, like, you're pushing them back and whatnot, or you're getting your shit pushed in, and then at the last moment you think you got it and you like push motherfuckers back. That's fucking cool. That is what makes this game awesome. And I really cannot stress how much I enjoyed the combat, and just the way how this game flows. There is also, like, if you don't want to do easy inputs or kind of like the hard inputs or normal or classic inputs, there are, really honestly, you could do the Dragon Ball Fighter way of just mashing light and you'll just get your regular combo. Or if you mash medium, you'll get like a level 1 or I think a level 2 super, and then like if you mash heavy, you'll get your level 3 or level 2 super. But if you want the level 3 super, you gotta do the actual input or the easy input to get that level 3 super. Again, it really I didn't feel like was really that much of a big deal, because you could still do the input, and I probably would say it would probably be way more easier to do the classic inputs. You'll probably get more variety of those combos, extensions, and whatnot if you do the inputs, considering instead of doing the easy input. But again, I really love the input stuff. Also, how, again, another reason why I said this game is not like Marvel, and I've been saying this a lot throughout the video, but how you do air combos in this game does not work like Marvel. Like, usually in Marvel, you could do like light, medium, heavy, down, heavy, and then launch in light, medium, heavy, and you'll do your fucking combo and whatnot. In this game, it does not work like that. In fact, I was actually kind of stunned on that you couldn't do it like that. When I tried to do down heavy after doing the light, medium, heavy combo, it did not work. You actually, what I noticed is that if you do light, medium, light, low, medium, low, heavy into low, medium again, then that's where you could do like an air combo or go into an air combo. But it did not work the original way you would think it would. And I was like, that's actually kind of interesting. But again, it's like, get with it. It's not Marvel. It's not Marvel. It's not Marvel. All right, it's not Marvel. Stop it. Also, there is one thing that kind of reminds it of Marvel, is that you can switch, like when you do like your special move, your super, you can DHC into another character and do their super and then do another super. So that is a Marvel type of thing. But, you know, for me, again, I was just kind of blown away how much this game did not feel like Marvel. So I just kind of almost forgot that I could do it, and then I did try it, and I was like, oh shit, you can actually do it. But another thing that makes this kind of like not like a Marvel game is that switching in this game, and this is gonna kind of go into a negative of mine, switching in this game is very fucking weird. Like, switching in this game does not work how you would think it would work. One of the things with the switching mechanic in this game is that after you done hit or you send out your assist, you'll get a little time frame to like switch into your character. It'll even say like, hey, you want to change? And a timer would go down, and it's like almost like 3 to 4 second timer, and then you can switch right after that. But if you don't want to switch, you don't have to switch, but you can switch, and you'll see like your little soul pop into another character when you do switch. It's not as fast as what I would like it to be. Like in Marvel, it's extremely fast. Like you switch into a character, characters jump in. Especially Marvel 2, characters pop in, will just like do a flying fucking kick and like send an opponent flying in the fucking air, and you can kind of combo if you do a launcher. In this game, it doesn't work like that. You call your assist, and if you want to change, you can, and you can follow up on combos and whatnot. But it isn't like any of the versus games where it's like when you call your assist and you want to change, the change is immediate. This one takes a little bit, and I was really kind of like, man, you guys got to speed that shit up. You got to speed up the time that it takes to switch into characters. But other than that, the gameplay of this game is by far fantastic, and I gotta give Arc System Works their credit on this one. This shit feels so different and so unique. Also, another thing about your assists can get happy birthday, and I think one of the coolest elements of this game is that since this game doesn't have different life bars, what will happen if you decide to be reckless with your assists is that you will take extra damage. So I would say you want to be careful on how much times you use your assists, and like be careful on how frequent, and also recognize what type of assist you're summoning, because again, if you're using an assist that is like very like over the top, or like is like throwing themselves out there, they could possibly get hit. Also, a little cute, little fun little thing is that when your assist gets hit, they'll do like a little like frowny face, or like, oh man, like whoops, I'm sorry. Like Kamala, like cool things about Kamala is that when she gets hit and she's an assist, she'll be like, oh man, like, oh, I fucked up, I'm sorry. And like that's kind of cool. So if your assist gets hit, it's kind of fucking awesome. Little details about that is really cool. But yeah, so far this game is amazing. But I ain't even talk about the main thing I wanted to talk about. I ain't getting to talk about the characters, baby. The fucking characters. The characters are all kind of cool. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm only gonna talk about my top 3 favorite characters. I didn't play every single fucking character. And then there was one character I played that I just couldn't figure out, but I've seen other people play him, and I'm like, oh man, this is kind of cool. But I gotta say, the top 3 characters that I fucking love in this game, that I'm just like, they're probably gonna be my day 1 team. Who knows? But I gotta tell you, the first champion I gotta mention is Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan is my girl. Miss Marvel surprisingly became my MVP. I can't believe it. Not only is her design so cute, she is so adorable, but she is like fucking Piccolo from Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dao Zim on fucking steroids. Like, ingest that into your fucking brain and snort that shit, bruh. Like, she's fucking buck wild. So every character has their own unique move. And for Kamala, her unique move is that she can grab the other side of the screen and like pull herself towards the opponent, or whatever part of the screen she wants. So she basically is like Spencer from fucking Marvel 3. But she also has a command grab. I was like, what the fuck? This girl has like a fucking Zangief's tornado move, and I'm just like, bro, like what the fuck? But all her normals reach hella far, even her light reach hella far, and she was just so awesome and so cool. And like once you figure her out, like you can just start going in and just like fucking Piccolo from DVS Fighter Z. She can like extend her combos by grabbing the opponent, and so she can just go into light, medium, heavy, quick, unique move, go into combos again, probably pull out an assist to keep that person stunned, and then just keep pulling that opponent to you, almost like she's fucking Nero from Devil May Cry, where you fucking got Snatcher. That's how she plays, like, and she was just so fucking awesome. I enjoyed immensely. Even though she doesn't have a wave dash, her unique skill is kind of like her wave dash. So to me, she was fucking awesome. She was awesome. Then I gotta give it up to my secondary character that was the highlight, fucking my boy Cap. Cap, I'm sorry, this is fuck Marvel Cap. This is the best Cap I've ever seen in a fucking fighting game. Captain America is kicking ass in this game. Like, he is fucking owning his shit. This blows every version of Marvel Cap out of the fucking water. Not only, again, his design looks sick with the fucking coat looking like he's from a biker gang, alright? But this motherfucker has a unique move where, you know how like in the MCU you'll see Cap like throw his shield diagonal and like he'll do like trick shots with the fucking shield, and then like in certain scenes he'll kick the shield back at an opponent. This Cap. This Cap motherfucker can like throw his shield and you can aim it, so you can like throw it up in the air and then it'll keeps bouncing and it'll come back. Or you could do a combo like I did, an air combo into throwing the shield down, and then it'll bounce and keep hitting the opponent and then come back to you. But if you time it right, you can kick the shield back at the opponent and still hit it, and you can keep fucking doing it. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I was like, yo, this Cap is fucking real. He has his charging star, everything, all the moves from Marvel, but he just has more swag, more cool shit, way more offensive moves. He just is fucking cool, bro. Like, this Cap is the Cap, bro. He's the Cap, bro. He is so cool. And all his assist shit is cool as well. But then we talk about my girl, the queen, the goddess of thunder, the goddess of the weather herself. Storm is the weirdest fucking character. This Storm is nothing like her fucking NVC counterpart. Like, I was expecting, oh, I'm about to see her do some crazy combos and shit. No, this Storm almost plays like a setup character, where at first I didn't really like that, but then as I kept playing and I got to understand the character, I was like, Storm is fucking awesome. Because in the game, her unique move is that she can push, that she has wind, and so she can push herself towards an enemy, push herself down in any direction, but there's also a meter, so you can't abuse it. But you can do like I was doing, which is do a light, medium, heavy that launches the opponent up a little bit, and then you can jump in and just continue the combo. But what I did was use her unique move to push her down with the wind, and so she landed back on her feet quick enough to continue the combo on the ground while the opponent was still in the air. And I was like, this girl is fucking sick. She is fucking awesome, and I love Storm. Storm in this game is badass. But wait, there's fucking more. Hold your horses. Storm can use that same wind unique move to summon, do her normal wind move, and then push the wind in any direction that she wants, as long as she has the special meter for it. And I'm just like, bro, I was just using that shit. I think I did it one time in the fucking air, and I just used the wind to push it down, push the wind down, and then push it forward. I was like, bro, this character is sick. I've even seen Justin Wong fucking do this crazy shit with the ice ball, because she can summon ice ball and it can float in the air, and then it hits you and it freezes you. But what Justin Wong did was actually kind of even clever. Push it forward, push it down, so it can't hit. It's literally on the ground floor. Can't hit, and then push it forward again. That probably wasted so much meter, but it's the coolest shit, and you get like a free combo after that. I was like, Justin's fucking awesome. Justin Wong is awesome. I didn't think of that. I only thought about the wind shit to like push it forward, push it forward, push it down, or push it forward, push it up, and then push it forward, and then push it down. I was like, this character is fucking sick. she's really a setup character, and I never thought about that for Storm. But if you want to play her kind of like a beat 'em up character, you can too. Storm is fucking awesome, and God, oh my God, Storm has the fucking sickest design. Oh my God, I love her. Can I just rant for a little bit? I loved her design in Marvel Rivals, but I think this Storm, oh my God, she, yo, just crush me with your thighs, bro. Just crush me with your thighs. Although I will say we gotta work on her animation. Her walking animation needs a little bit of work, because that shit looks fucking weird, like it's unfinished. So we gotta work on that arc system. Please work on that. And as for any other character, I would say Star-Lord was also cool. I've seen some crazy stuff while other people was playing it. I really didn't understand Star-Lord until like the final day, where I finally like really understood what he can do. He has an 8-way dash, so you could do some crazy unga bunga shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like all the flying characters could do a flying move by just pressing up again. So it's kind of cool. But my God, I was like, what the fuck is this character? He could do like 8-way dashes, like he's almost playing Marvel, but not quite Marvel. And he has also a gimmick with his guns, is that all his guns has property damage, so like elemental damage. So that was cool. But to me, where I shined it the most with that character is having him as an assist. Because one of his unique assists, because everyone has a unique assist, one of his unique assists is that he throws out a fucking grenade and it stuns the opponent. That shit is so fucking broken. And then once I figured out that shit, I had that motherfucker on all my team. All right. Once I figured out that was his unique assist, I was like, this motherfucker's on my team for all eternity, and you're just gonna be my assist boy. So fucking cool. Dr. Doom also was cool. Again, I didn't play much of him, but one thing I will say is that his assist was also kind of cool. Also, his fucking beams were fucking me up. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, this motherfucker beams hit like a motherfucker. I was like, fuck me. Fuck my dick hole. Oh my goodness. But I will say, one of the coolest aspects about the fucking character is that they brought back his fucking hitting missiles, but this time it's a fucking beam. And it takes a minute, but it comes down. And when it comes down, that shit hits like a truck. So overall, I would say those three were my favorite to play. I think those might be my characters I might use going forward. But overall, I really think this game is really unique and special. Like, I really got to give this game tons of credit. This is why I'm, not to bash on Max. And, I love Maximilian. He's literally the GOAT. Like, I'm not ever going to shit on Max. But this is why I was kind of like scratching my head at his video on his pros and cons of Marvel Tokon. Because the way how he made it sound is that he's upset that the game, or critiquing the game, because the game isn't like Marvel. Like, he's saying like, hey, like assists should be more incentivized, and tagging should be more incentivized, and more incentivized, and more incentivized. But to me, I feel like that's what makes the game special and unique. That is not trying to be Marvel, and that your team is not really incentivized if you don't want it to be incentivized. The game never forces you, like Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom, you have to have, especially 2, you have to know what every person on your team, what their fucking function is. In Tokon, it's a little bit like that, but you're never forced to know and play with every single fucking character. In Tokon, you can play just Cap and you're good, and you can beat the whole fucking match with just Cap. Although Cap may be a little bit of a disadvantage with certain characters, like a flying character that can probably do beams and stuff, but he can still find a way to get in with his unique trick shield move. So again, there's still incentivizes to use your assist and use stuff, but it's not mandatory like a Marvel vs. Capcom, especially 2. Your team composition is really important on how you're going to survive. unless you just know the game inside and out like you're fucking Justin Wall, all right? But other than that, I actually kind of like that this game doesn't force you into that role, and that eventually it will, as you get to the final rounds and whatnot, then you're more incentivized into using your assist. So to me, the crazy thing is that Max didn't even play a lot of the game. Well, he played more than me, obviously, because I had to wait in a fucking long ass 2-hour long line. But he also said in the video he didn't play long. So again, that assessment to me doesn't make quite sense, considering the fact, oh, he didn't get to play and really dive deep into the game on that much. So I don't know. I just find that assessment of his to be very weird. So again, this is not a diss on Max. Again, I will agree with him on one thing, is that the assists do need buffering. Like, the buffering to get to switching on to assists could be better. But the whole, like, oh, these characters, it needs to play like a Marvel game. It's like, no, that's the Marvel brain in your fucking brain cells, like, screaming that shit, and it's not true. And I feel like as long as you play the game how the game is intended to be played, you'll enjoy it. But this is why I ultimately say, because of Matt's critiques, is why I ultimately feel like this game is going to be a divisive game. And so I guess that would ultimately wrap up this video and say that Tokon is an amazing game. After playing it at EVO, I would say this game is very unique. And out of all the games I played at Tokon, it was the one that stuck with me the most because it was so unique. Because it was this tag fighter game that wasn't super incentivized of using your tag mechanics on a casual level. I really enjoyed the game for that. But I know once the big heads get their hands on it and the more like good players get their hand on it, the game is really going to be busted open. And so this is why I can't say that the game is a 1v1 versus with tag mechanic. It's more of a tag team game, but the escalation of the battle will eventually incentivize into a tag game. So again, I just find this game is going to be divisive because it's not like a Marvel game. Because it's not unga bunga crazy. It starts off with all your characters right off the bat. It gets crazy and it just stays on the crazy ride throughout the whole game. With this game, is way more methodical and way more like building that escalation of a big unga bunga battle like a tag fighter game usually does. I think that's going to turn people off. But I truly think if you're willing to look past it and you're willing to give it a shot for what it is, I think you're gonna love Tokon. And I can't wait for the beta to come out. The beta comes out September the 5th to the 7th. And man, I hope you guys get to play it because this game is really fucking awesome. They got some, Arc System Works got something sweet on their hands, all right? This game is a fucking man. So can't wait for it. But that's gonna do it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know if you did play the game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I wish I had gotten to say hi to you. Probably we did play a match together. Who knows? But you know, hopefully I get to see you next year. But for those that did not play the game, please let me know. What character are you most looking forward to playing, and also like what character you want in the game? That's the more important shit. Like, what characters do you want to see? Like, they said that like the characters they're gonna be choosing is characters that you probably never seen in a Marvel fighting game before. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So without further ado, that's gonna wrap up my video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, guys, stay safe. And let's pray to God you get into that Tokon beta and play some goddamn Tokon because it's fucking awesome. Later, everybody.